there saying it was a short sample size. I get that, but let's be honest and put the right on the table, brought to you by ATCO early, Steiny. Farhan went and made moves. Snell didn't say he was not ready to pitch. Chappie started off slow along with others at the plate. So, damn it, I'm sorry. Our job is to react to every game and say what we see and talk about it. So I don't think we beat them over the head, and the injuries didn't start from game one. This team was playing lackluster baseball, and now because of the injuries, we see emotion, we see passion, it's fun, we see asses in the seats. So, Steiny, I guess I'm trying to go against your assessment that we beat them up and didn't take into account that they were hurt. They were playing boring baseball for a little while.
They were. But that stretch with the Dodgers and the Phillies, where the Phillies swept them in 4 games, and then the Dodgers got them in the first 2 of 3 in that series. I mean, there wasn't much hope.
I'm with you.
They had nothing going on, really.
Question marks everywhere.
Exactly. So, they've managed to turn it around. And my question to Giants fans at this point is, what you see, do you believe? I mean, do you believe in this team right now? And how excited are you for the rest of the season? They finished the Philly series today. The Yankees are coming in. Wow. I mean, these are 2 great teams to make statements against. There's no doubt about that. And, you win both these series, and it's the Phillies who are considered the best team right now, and certainly in the National League, and the Yankees, the big boy. I think you're going to start drawing some attention to yourself positively.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's kind of funny. I was thinking about you last night, Steiny. I kind of mentioned the Dodgers had a doubleheader, which they won both games.
Yeah.
And when that score was 0-0 in the leadoff double by Real Muto, I was like, oh, my God, Steiny's going to be right. Here we go, a game and a half. And the Giants handled their business. But right now, 5.5 back, and you got a long way to go, but don't sell yourself short just on, and I know you think they don't even know where they're at or they don't care.
Remember when I was right about that with the Warriors? And you didn't believe me?
2 years in a row.
Yeah, no.
The road record for the Warriors and me.
No.
Help me out.
When I went through, when we had like 8 Warrior players on those interviews, and it was like March.
Okay.
And I asked every player, what's your record
Looney
right now? And there's only one guy who knew the record.
It was Loon Dog.
Even Curry was like, 9 games over. Yeah. What are we, like 40 and 30? No, 43 and 29.
I do remember
Nice
that.
try.
Yeah.
Nice try. But the Giants are 2 games over 500 right now. And Willard's sticking it to me on the text line.
What'd he say?
I forgot Bailey hit that grand slam against the Mets.
Yeah.
My bad. No. He said they're not. Remember, I said, well, now they're even because Bart.
Oh, okay, got it, right.
Of course, Willard. That's not good enough for Willard. Willard says they're not even. Bailey's grand slam came in a win.
Well, we thought Joey Bart's came in a win when the Pirates were up, but unfortunately, the Giants came back. Or fortunately, the Giants came back.
All right. Tell you, the Bryce Harper. Where's he been this series?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what.
Evan saw him at batting practice. He put on a display.
No, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
5 o'clock hitter.
Boy.
So there is one reason why that game last night, didn't do it for me.
Oh.
Yeah. The Giants game. I had 5 fantasy baseball players going in that game. And it was 1 freaking nothing in 10 innings, and I had no pitchers.
You probably bet, 089 on the night, huh? Or 119. That's what my guys have been doing.
I had Schwarber, who got 2 lonely singles, I think. I got Harper, who did nothing. I got Bohm, who did nothing but commit 2 errors in the first game, and then he sat last night.
And I'm like, where's Steiny guy at with the hair?
I thought Soler was getting hot.
Bohm hit a ball 15 feet last night.
Who did?
Bohm came in a pinch hit, got sawed off.
Exactly.
Against Jelly.
Soler, he's going to start. Flynn was bringing this up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Splitting at bats with Conforto in that DH spot against righties and lefties.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm like, Soler, you need to get going, bud. But he's so Serrano from the movie Major League. Steiny, he looks like a menace. And he'll foul it off, and you're like, good God, I feel sorry for that baseball. But you got to hit it. Right?
Well, and then my last guy was Tyro Strada. So I didn't have a great. I mean, he had 2 hits. He had 2 hits.
No.
By the way, the Chapman play, that was not a hit. It's an error. On that infield single. Come on. It's just a routine ground ball to third.
Between that and the ump calling balls and strikes, I'm so ready for the electronic thing. I can't take a human. They were awful. Your boy was awful behind the plate last night to me.
Really?
And even the Kruk and Kuiper, they're like commentators are making jokes of it. Even Flim over the weekend, like
they all do.
You don't want to get fined.
And you know what?
But damn, how long we been doing this?
That's a symptom of being a play-by-play announcer and a broadcaster. Right now, you've got to criticize the officials and umpires. You just have to. That's what guys do. Because they're such homers and they're such boosters of their own team.
This would be funny if you believed it.
I do believe it. They don't believe their team loses fair and square.
But Steiny, you could not have a dog in the fight and watch a Major League Baseball game and know the balls and strikes, it's out of control what's going on.
That's no worse than it's ever been. No better than it's ever been. And are you saying the Giants didn't get any calls?
No, it's equal. But it's just,
there you go.
As a fan, I'm a spectator, I'm like, that's not a strike.
I mean, 2 inches off the plate, they used to give that to Tom Glavine all the time.
But you do. Tell me if you agree with this. I used to pitch. One pitch can change a whole at bat.
Of course.
Right. That's all.
Yeah, it sure can. Hey, that's a 10. By the way, Steph Curry, we got a jersey that we're giving away next week, an autographed Steph Curry jersey. All you have to do is listen next week, starting on Monday, June 3rd. Every show is going to give you an opportunity to win a Steph Curry autographed jersey. And times to listen will be 7:30, 12:30, and 4:30 all week. Next week, starting June 3rd on 95.7, The Game. What do you say we hear some Bob Melvin?
Let's do it. Bone mail right now, Steiny. Bone mail.
Do you know?
He saw my first pitch. I still got the recorded on my phone where he told our morning show, which was Joe Lowe and Dibbs at the time, that Guru had heat and Andretti, the third base coach, might have had a digit.
Mike Aldretti, do you mean? Not Mario Andretti?
Help me out.
Of course, Mike Aldretti, the lefty, batted lefty.
Thank you, Steiny. Your knowledge, boy. Hey, I brought some heat, so maybe somehow we could have some fun and play that. Not nobody would care. I would, but I do know Bo Mail. Shook his hand after I threw the pitch. Talked to Dave Stewart.
Why don't you call him Smoke?
Oh, I did. We need to have him on. See what he thinks about these new stats.
Well,
You asked me.
Okay, we're gonna need to hear from Bob Melvin. Hold on.
Probably take a couple of runs at the beginning of the day, and that would be, a good day against that lineup. So, it starts with the first 2 guys, but then Spencer came in and gave us 4 innings, which was huge. No Duvall today, no Walker today, and then Jelly gives us 2 innings at the end that, he's been pretty much doing all year, but maybe not in that role. So, we've been talking here about players in different roles. Pitchers had to pitch in different roles. This was a huge step for Sean Jelly as well.
Told you.
He's a big boy, man.
6'11".
Man.
And he's got that, you know what I was thinking? So they had Rogers pitch the 7th.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like, think about this for a minute. So they had Rogers pitch the 7th, and his release point is 6 inches above the ground.
Crazy.
And then the next inning, they bring in a 6'11" pitcher, the tallest pitcher in baseball history, and his release point is probably at, 6 feet, 11 inches. Like, how do you...
And we're wondering why your boy Bryce didn't get a hit.
Well, I mean, I get it that maybe the guys who faced Rogers didn't face Jelly, but the guys who faced Rodgers at the end might have overlapped. It's like, how do you even account for that? I mean, how do you even account for a guy coming? The first guy comes with a submarine, and then the next guy comes with an overhand 6'11" guy. I mean, how do you even make that adjustment?
Yeah, and we hadn't even talked, Snotty. Right now, the Giants are currently 17-10 at home. So all good teams take advantage, and they play well at home, and the Giants are building something. So I know how you think, and you're a matter of fact, but I predicted the old version of what I thought was going to be the Giants making the wild card, and a lot of that has to just do with the damn Diamondbacks making the World Series last year. But, partner, I'll throw it to you with this question. Do you think this Giant team has staying power?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I actually don't see why not. They've got competent players.
And
it's a matter of
competent.
It's a matter of, is this going to be a bad year for Snell start to finish? Or what are they going to get out of Snell? When Conforto comes back, what's he going to give them? To me, it is about the veterans at this point, because the young guys have already injected some enthusiasm onto this team, but because they're youngsters, you don't necessarily count on that to happen all summer long, but you can't also demand it of them. So to me, this team is still going to go with its veterans, and those are going to be the players that kind of carry them in the summer. Chapman, Conforto, Solaire's got to start hitting, probably Yaz also, and Wade when he gets back in about a month. I guess he's going to miss, a month? Essentially 4
hopefully
weeks
not more, man. I thought he was headed to the All-Star game. I know it's early, but damn, get back quick.
Yeah, so the Giants obviously have turned it around, and they've won 10 of 12.
Damn.
And they're 2 games over 500, and I guess I got to ask this, even though I can't believe I'm going to. So where are they in the wild card race right now?
Well, right now they're second place in the NL West, and to answer your question,
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I need the wild card standings.
I'm giving it to you right now.
Thank you.
They are second, Steiny. Damn. They are in if the season ended today. I don't know who they would be playing, Evan. That bothers me.
It's not a COVID year. They play more than 50 games this
60.
year.
They played 60 COVID.
That's right. They did play 6. So they're right around that.
They would be playing the Braves.
With no Ronald Acuna? Oh, man. That hurt.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. 888-957-9570 is the number. It's going to be decision time, too, with the San Francisco Giants. All 3 guys who are hurt right now are starting to come back. Austin Slater's going to go to Sacramento to get some at-bats there.
So he's coming back.
The other 2 guys, Michael Conforto, he's scheduled to start swinging the bat. They think maybe a week or so away. We'll see. And then obviously the other guy is somebody I can't think of right now. Ahmed, the shortstop. And I think when Ahmed's healthy, he's going to go back into the starting shortstop position. And if you can't get Luciano the at-bats up here, I think there's only one realistic thing to do.
Yeah, and Steiny, we may be days away from that. And I would tell Luciano on the Amtrak back to Sac if that does happen. Not that I'm rooting for it, but you didn't do yourself any favors in the field. But I know what you're going to say, and it's cool, and I get it. Slow down, Goo. But yesterday I told you Willard and Dibbs, this team might need a bat. And I'm not saying they're the 27 Yankees, but I'm looking at everything and who's coming back. Steiny, they may not need a bat. They may be okay. Now, some people take your crazy pills, Goo. Everybody needs a bat. But if you're talking about right now, it seems like some guys, might not play as much, and maybe that might be Ramos. When Conforto comes back, it could be Yaz. It just feels like a Rubik's Cube. But from a talent standpoint, whoever is filling out on that day the lineup card for the Giants, you feel like you got confidence in them right now. So maybe they don't need a bat. But if you told me if something were to happen with Ray or Cobb and delay their comeback and you could get a Gosman or another arm in the bullpen, Steiny, I mean, man, if I'm Farhan, the blessing of my team turning it around, the youngsters looking like they're competent, and the fact that I got umpteen months to get ready for the deadline and know what I need, I mean, he's got to be sleeping a little better at night, man.
I mean, what would you think they need right now? I mean, I guess you'd always use another reliever.
That's where I was going first. But what if Kevin Gausman was in this? What if, we keep saying Ray and Cobb and things happen and they could come right back, Steiny, but nobody's so good to where you don't need anything. We watch it with the Dodgers and all the teams that are winning every year try to go just bolster their team.
Who's the best pitcher after Snell and Logan Webb?
Right now, I would say Hicks.
Okay, and Hicks has pitched better than Gausman so far this year. Now, Hicks is going to be on some kind of innings limit, clearly.
Are we so sure about that?
Well, I mean, he's never pitched more than, 80? Something like that. But
let's say you're right.
The question with, I mean, once you get into the postseason,
you won't.
I mean, you don't. How many starters do you need at that point? So, and who's getting the ball. Logan Webb's getting the ball and Snell's getting the ball, probably.
And if you got Ray or Cobb coming back and they're ready to go, you're going to have a surplus.
I want to say I saw something on Cobb the other day. He's a long way.
There was a delay, yeah.
Well, he's a long way away, it feels like. And Robbie Ray, they're talking about maybe midsummer sometime.
But if you're a Giant fan partner, you're excited as hell right now.
Yeah. Robbie Ray, the former White Sox. There's a reason I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting some people in text line,
I don't have it up. I've been fresh.
Are you?
Yeah, I didn't have it up yesterday either.
Huh.
I love the people, but, I'm focused on you and your black, Johnny Cash.
Wait, you said that in jest, right?
What?
Robbie Ray, the former White Sox?
That former, yes, I said it in jest.
Yeah, I got you.
Thanks.
Right?
And Guru said yes. Guru said yes, too.
But I know what you were doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Believe it or not.
I did that on purpose for the text line.
Right.
Spencer Howard stuck it to his old team.
Big time.
He was 4 innings, no runs, 4 strikeouts, and looked pretty good. Looked pretty good for the Giants. Who would have thought they can win a game against Wheeler with 6 pitchers?
And that Philly lineup, one of the best lineups in baseball. I'm just saying,
they were without Bohm yesterday.
Well, all right, give or take, but they made that decision, and they probably did that thinking we'll be fine. But I didn't see Hicks, Webb, or Snell. I'm like, oh boy, this might get. Man, Evans at the game. I'm like, he's probably going to see 8 or 9 runs. Nothing but 1, and that came in extra.
Yeah, exactly. And Sean Jelly closed it, and a bunch of openers. The Rodgerses pitched well, and Spencer Howard was making his debut for the Giants last night, and also Trenton Brooks. You ever notice that every time the Giants start a guy who's never played in the major leagues,
I love it when their family's there.
The family's not playing, but
they care the most. That's why they're shown.
Well, was it fun to see? Trenton Brooks' parents and brother after he struck out in the?
It's not about the strikeout. It's about the opportunity and the sacrifice from American Legion to Pony League to high school, Steiny. It's about you like to see a home run that'll come, but you know what I'm saying? You just taking it all in. Like, little Johnny's here. We're here.
Little Johnny needs to get a base hit.
It'll come, baby.
Yeah, I
get emotional, seriously, when I see that. I don't cry. But deep down, I'm like, that's got to be dope as hell.
Even when the guy strikes out.
I don't care if he gets hit in the head. He's on the major league. Nah, you know what? I take that back. But he's on the field, Steiny. It's the journey. Don't stop believing. It's the journey. That's why they're shown. You're worried about the result. The result is they called his ass up. He made it. Sacrifice. That's what I just imagine Norm and Mama Daisy and me at the house here. Oh, boy. Evan got the closest, except his ERA was in the 6s. That's what I did. I'll never forget that show, Evan.
It was higher than that.
That's why I can love him. When you can tell people it wasn't all good.
What show are you talking about?
I was out going to the airport to Texas, and you and Evan were talking.
Oh, yeah,
last
Sonny
summer,
undressed me.
And you kind of went into his career, and he talked about his ERA, and I'm driving. I got the wheel like, I never asked my brother what his ERA was. And Evan said somewhere around the sixes, and you got quiet, and you didn't stick it to him, but I said, I appreciate honesty from it. That's life. You got to be honest.
Well, congrats. It's better than Blake Snell's.
Well,
that's
for
a
now.
4.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, actually, more like a
I don't
10.
like him facing the Yankees this weekend. That thing could go up. Yeah.
Yankees do.
yeah.
Boy.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying. I'm just saying I don't like to see the parents and the brother and the sister and the girlfriend of the brother or the sister after the guy strikes out.
Wow. I hear you.
That's all. Who else was at the game? Was it last